It's pizza here at Ebony, Ivy, and Thyme, and we're going to prepare it. We've got the crust, we've got everything ready to go. And I'd say in about 30 minutes, we're going to have a nice, hot, out of the oven pizza right here at Ebony, Ivy, and Thyme. So come on, let's get ready. Hello, I'm Leona Dooley, and this is Ebony, Ivy, and Thyme, where we work hard, we love God and family, and we know without a doubt that everything else is just gravy. We are going to be cooking tonight, and we're preparing pizza, and this pizza is going to be wonderful. Now, we're going to prepare our pizza in my favorite pot. That is our cast iron skillet, and I have it nice and oiled up because I'm going to roll out the pizza dough. I'm going to put that dough in for about 7 minutes, just so it gets a head start on being cooked, and then I'll take it out, add all the toppings, and put it back in for another 7 minutes. So if you're interested in a great opportunity for a pizza and you didn't have to order it, then stay tuned. I am placing our pizza dough into the oven. I've already spreaded it out. It's going to be a deep dish type of pizza, and I really think you're going to like it. So as you can see, I'm putting it into the oven. The oven is set on 350. I think that's high enough, and I'm going to give it about 7 to 8 minutes. I really don't want it to brown. I just want it to cook a little bit and get a more solid bottom. Now, on the stove, you're going to see that I'm stirring. Now, what I'm doing is that I'm making a very simple pizza sauce. So I'm going to bring you in a little closer. This pizza sauce is delicious, and it is so easy to make. You know, I used to buy the stuff you get at the store, and certainly if you're in a hurry, you can do that. But what I'm doing is that I'm learning to cook with what I have. And so I hope you'll do that too. This is basically 1 can of crushed tomatoes. I added in a can of tomato paste. You can use tomato paste or tomato sauce. I added in some herbs of Provence, a little garlic, and a little onion. And so with that, now not onion, but onion powder. So I am just letting that bubble and bubble while the crust was in the oven. And because I want it to thicken up and so that it would be spreadable. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to place it down on my pizza and get it ready to receive the pepperoni, the Italian sausage, and the veggies that are going to go on this pizza. Now, I'm going to take a couple of spoonfuls, and you'll see my little tomatoes, and I'm just sprinkling them. Now, the good thing about this particular pizza crust is and the fact that it's in a smaller container is that I was able to give it enough body. I really did not do a thin crust pizza this time. I kept it just a little hand tossed, I guess you would call it variety, where it is thin but not so thin that it can't withhold the pizza toppings. And so making the crust around it just kind of added an extra wall of protection. So I am sprinkling on a combination of red and yellow peppers, also some onions, because those are things that we like. The only reason I didn't do green peppers was because I didn't have any. So I used the peppers that I have. Now these are those little peppers that you find, little mini peppers that you buy by the bag. and I just slice them up and I'm sprinkling them onto the pizza. So as you can see, that pizza is pretty well covered with all of the aromatics. Now, what I think I'll do is that I'm going to add in a couple of handfuls of pepperoni. Now, what I like to do with my pepperoni is to basically cut it, each of the little circles, into 4 sections. And I know that takes a little bit, but you know what? The pepperoni, the little bags of pepperoni that you get, go so much further. This is a third pizza that I've been able to do with this, with just the 2 bags of pepperoni, and that's because I cut them up. Now, the Italian sausage, when I cook a pack of Italian sausage, on average you get about 6 sausages, and I usually cook all 6, break them up, and put them into a Ziploc bag and freeze them. So I have thawed that, and I'm just taking some and sprinkling it over our pizza. You can see this pizza is full. It is better than anything Pizza Hut or Domino's or any of them can deliver. And you're going to have it ready for your family in from start to finish about 20 to 30 minutes. And it's delicious. And you know, it takes them almost 30 minutes just to deliver it. So I'm giving it just a little press down because the best part is about to come. You know what that is. The cheese. The cheese, please. And we are going to add cheese. And you know, you put as much or as little cheese as you like. We are cheese people. So I'm adding on a mix of it's a mix of mozzarella and Parmesan. And really it's more mozzarella than Parmesan because I threw some extra mozzarella down into the bag. So that's what it is. Was actually left over from pizza night that I had with the kids. And I just added a little more to it just to make sure I had enough for our pizza. So I am very pleased with this. So my oven's already set on 350. It's nice and hot. And I'm going to brush my hands off, put on my glove, and we are going to be ready to get this baby into the oven for about 7 to 8 minutes. You can look at it, and if it's not where, you know, as brown or as crispy as you like it, then you can extend the time just a little bit. But pretty much everything is cooked other than the onions and the green peppers. So you should be close to having a delicious pizza in about the next 8 to 10 minutes. So let's get that pizza in. Now what I'm going to do about halfway through the time is that I'm going to open that oven up. I'm going to turn the pizza around and then close it back up and finish up the time. Now I'm hoping that you are a member of the family and that as we continue this journey, oh man, I sat down today and started making plans for the next few months, and it's going to be so much fun. We've got Thanksgiving coming. Woohoo! Lots of pretty tablescapes. We've got Christmas coming. Oh, I love Christmas. I love Christmas most of all. And I can't wait to get into the Christmas mode. Now, I have to take a deep breath and control myself, because if I don't do that, Thanksgiving is going to be a blur, because this girl is going to be so into Christmas that you're not going to even know that Thanksgiving even took place. And so let's get ready, because it's going to be a wild run. And I say that because I got way too much time on my hands. You know, COVID has caused some problems for me. And those are the things that we're going to laugh about together. But we also have to recognize that there are those who perhaps need us. You know, they may need us to give them a word of encouragement. They may need us to pick up the phone and call. They may need for us to send them a card to just say, hi, we miss you. And keep that in mind. But since we're not really going and dropping by people's houses, you know, I love being able to drop off this and take that and give you that, cook this and, you know, fix all those kind of things. And, you know, if those are the kind of things we normally do for Thanksgiving and Christmas. And so we bake up all those good cookies and cakes and pies and do all those things and fix a huge dinner and have tons and tons. Our Christmas dinner is off the chart. We're looking at close to 40 or more people between Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve really is off the chart. It's got to have at least 40 to 50 people normally. Now, I don't know what it's going to be this year or whether we're going to be able to even do that. We pray that we will be able to have a somewhat normal family gathering. Now, that is going to be so tweaked that I can't even imagine what it's going to look like. And sometimes it hurts my heart to even think that we have to make that adjustment. But, you know, we have to do what we have to do. It's family, and we're going to do the best we can. Now, I've chit-chatted enough, and I have just kind of let you all hear the things that are rumbling through this head. I'm going to give you a sneak peek at some of the things coming because I really am. I'm going to be honest with you. I am thankfully blessed and that we are still here to enjoy each other, and we're able to be together as a family, as both my biological family as well as my platform family. And I pray that you are staying healthy, you are wearing that mask, you are socially distancing, because I want to see you in 2021 and 2022. I don't want you going anywhere if you don't have to. And so take care of yourself and be mindful of others. And because I need to know you're there. And let's just enjoy each other. And let's be careful with each other. So let's get that pizza out of the oven. Have you ever walked into your favorite Italian restaurant and smelled the pizza crust baking and smelled the spiciness of the ingredients? Well, that's exactly what we have going on right here in this kitchen. Now I'm going to open up that oven and look at that pizza and see how it's doing. It smells wonderful. Let's give it its turn, and I'm going to put it back in there and give it a few more minutes. All right, the baby is out, so I'm just tapping to make sure that everything is done, that the pizza crust is nice and well baked. And no, I wasn't looking for a brown, golden brown pizza, because that's not typically what you see. But I am checking the bottom of the pizza because I do want to see some color on the bottom. And if you're doubtful and you tap it and you're not able to hear that hollowness, then you know it's not quite ready. All right, so I had to turn you down so you could see. So let's cut. I've got my pizza cutter, and I'm going to tell you, it's one of those little ones. It's not the best one, but it's doing the job. And since we're cutting just for Papa and myself, I've got it into fourths first. And then I thought, oh, well, that looks a little greedy, so let me give it another cut. And it is not being as cooperative as it should. And I think that's partially because this isn't the greatest pizza cutter either. So I am just taking my time and trying to get all the pieces. I'm going to cut it into 8 slices. And once I get that done, we're going to be ready to plate it up. And the big guy is in there and he's smelling it and making comments about how good it smells. And yes, it does. It just permeates your house. And I love it. I love it. So I've got my plates ready. I'm going to use my little spatula and just scoop this pizza right out because the skillet is screaming hot. So I'm going to have to play around with it to get it where I want. I, of course, could have used a knife, but that wouldn't have been any fun. That's what we have a pizza cutter for. So let's get that going. The first piece out is always the toughest. So I'm getting the big guy ready. And I'm going to take his pizza to him. There we go. He's got his 2 pieces. Just kind of break those apart. There we go. And I'm going to add a little extra pepper. He likes pepper on his pizza. So he's good to go. Now it's time for Mama. Look at the cheese. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to try to stop with 1 for now. But I can tell you this, before it was all over with, before the night was over, all of this pizza was gone. It was gone. It was so good. And we just kind of kept coming back. And finally, the big guy said, "Is this it? Did you cook another pizza?" And I said, no. So there's my second piece. I wasn't going to be outdone after all. So there we go. We've got all the little leavings, and of course they are mine. Mine. So there we go. Our pizza is ready. It's got lots of good veggies, and the crust is great. So forks in hand, and I know those of you who are die-hard pizza fans, you're not going to use a fork, but I do. So here we go. I took Papa his, and here's mine. This is Mama's. So I'm giving it a good smell, and I'm going to go in there with Papa, and we're going to sit down and have pizza. Here's Mama. I'm coming back to you. I thought, well, I won't leave you hanging. Okay, let me get a bite. I didn't want to get it all over the front of me, so I'm using my fork. Yum. And it's so good and hot. Oh, guys. This is the way to have pizza. Hot out of your oven. Doesn't have to travel. The only distance it travels is from the oven to your plate. Whew. It's good. It's good. Let me get another bite. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yummy. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed tonight. Stay tuned. I got a little more for you. But blessings to you and yours. Enjoy your evening. We're just going to talk a little bit. You know, I've been going through some issues, health issues, and you know, we always should go and have a yearly physical. And you know, those yearly physicals can tell you so much. And any kind of checkup that you're supposed to have, you know, for us, as ladies, we have certain things that need to be checked. And of course, gentlemen have certain things that they need to check yearly as well. And so the frustrating part is that it seems once we cross that 40 line, that things start to make major changes. Now, I don't mean so much major, but yes, it is. It's serious in that our lifestyle is settling down. We're at that point where we're kind of in a groove for the things that we're doing. We're looking forward to our retirement, or most of us are anyway. We're making plans for the things that we want to do, and we're doing some of the things that we like to do. But as we continue on, our bodies are changing, and that's just a part of life. So let's talk about those changes and how we correct them. Now, what I have found, this is for me, what I have found is that I can pretty much eat whatever I want. But the reality of it is that I can't eat as much as I want. And so, number one, we might have to cut back. And that's because, number one, our body doesn't burn as quickly as it used to, and doesn't burn those calories like it should, or like we think it should. Of course, there are just certain things that our body tolerated when we were younger that now it doesn't. And it screams at us sometimes. And so, each year, be sure to get a physical, because that's one of those things we need. And it's a reminder, because we're all busy. So you put it on your schedule, every month. For me, I do my checks in February. And that's because it's Valentine's month. And it's also Heart Month. And so that's a good time to just check everything from head to toe that needs to be taken care of. So choose a month. Either make it your birthday month or an anniversary month or whatever will ring that bell for you. Make sure that you get your health in order and keep your health in order as much as possible. And the hard part is tweaking it. After you find out what's off, and there's always, I'm telling you, once you get past 40, there's always something off. And so once you find out that you have something off, it may be that you have to add a vitamin, or you have to tweak with an herb. And in some cases, you actually have to take medication for whatever it is. But you know what? Our health, our body, it's all we've got. And so we need to take care of it. Whatever that takes, let's do it.